What's going on, yo? Welcome back to basketball, and more importantly, welcome back to NBA.com. It must be the off season because things are getting slow. Anyway, this is part 2 of our breakout players for each NBA team 2025. We did the first third of NBA teams in the last video, so the Atlantic and Central Division. Today we're going to be covering the Southeast and the Northwest Division. I split this up because otherwise it's going to be like an hour and a half long video, and your boy doesn't have time to do that in one sitting. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to jumping into this, but before we do it, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, and comment. I've responded to every single, and I can't stress this enough, every single comment to my YouTube channel up to this point, and I intend to keep on doing so. This should be a fun one. I like looking at some of the younger up-and-coming players and just figuring out, hey, who's going to be like a breakout guy? And maybe it's not even going to be a young guy. Maybe it's just somebody that's in a new role or something. I don't know, but there's a lot of other videos you can consume on the channel right now. I know it's the dead point of the NBA season, but we're trying to keep you full. Anyway, I appreciate it. Let's get into the video. Alrighty, so there's a second part to this video that we started doing halfway through, and that is the fact that we are evaluating every single team's home page as well. We are grading them and saying how good is it, because oh, see, the Atlanta Hawks are already trying to sell shit to me. You're trying to get text alerts from me? Sign up to get notified about the NBA schedule release. Oh yeah, like Twitter doesn't already do that for me. Exclusive ticket offers for the Hawks. It could be a fun season. Hawks shop drops and more. P.S. We text back. Wait, well, now I'm curious. Who am I texting here? This feels like a Jake from State Farm, like, what are you wearing situation with who's ever running the Atlanta Hawks page. So, okay, they're selling to me right here. I know that the Atlanta Hawks typically struggle to, like, sell and, like, make money during the season, but feeling a little sold to right now. What else is going on the website? Preseason schedule here. State Farm announced plans for $1 million meal pack. That's cool. Okay, some other off-season things, but not a ton else. I just don't like being sold to all that much. Let's go take a look at the roster now and figure out who's going to be our breakout players for this year. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, new guy on the team, but not quite him. Dyson Daniels feels like the obvious answer here. By the way, I like the layout that the Hawks got on here. This is pretty cool. Also, shout out the YMCA for being such big sponsors of this team. I do a lot of work with the YMCA and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America as well. But anyway, Dyson Daniels feels like the obvious one. Obviously had a big jump this last season being in Atlanta as the clear kind of a second guard next to Trae Young. He's the type of guy that they need, and there's really obvious ways for him to improve his game. He's just not really efficient at anything offensively. He got a lot better at like attacking the rim, and we saw some really cool finishes over guys this last season, but we need to actually make some free throws. We need to make some three-pointers and obviously just be a little bit better at the rim as well, but he's young. He's only 22 years old. We're still growing into things. He's already an elite defensive player, so he is the obvious kind of first choice here. Jursic will be a rookie this year. Mo Gay, fun guy. I like watching him play. I just like the energy and intensity that he brings. He's a statistical anomaly as well. I want to say he was like one of their top guys in terms of like EPM last year. Jalen Johnson could easily fall into this. He's kind of been teetering on getting close to that all-star, like borderline player. He's not quite there yet, but maybe with a healthy season and again a little bit more consistency from like beyond the arc or just finishing and stuff, that could be a big thing for him because we already see like some of the nice ball handling for a guy his size, being a secondary creator on this team. Just defensively he brings a lot of versatility, so there's a couple interesting guys on here already. Not probably Luke Kennard. I don't see Vit, even though I hope Vit will get more minutes this year. Let's see, who else do we have here? Who else could be kind of a breakup player? I guess the number one pick in last year's draft, Ricochet, could be it as well. I always said when I was evaluating like Ricochet, I never see him becoming like all-star good. At least I don't think it's likely is how I should put it. I hope it does, and I'm not going to say that it can't happen because that'd just be ignorant when we make absolute statements like that. But no, I could see Ricochet like making like a jump, but he's still just second season or whatever. I'm going to say it's going to be Dyson Daniels out of anybody, with Jalen Johnson being another one. But there's a lot of options on this team. There's a lot of interesting options. So that's the Atlanta Hawks. Let's move on to the Charlotte Hornets. Who do we got here? What's going on with the website right now? Already they're saying, hey, preseasons here. LaMelo, B-Mill, we're out here. I dig it. This is looking cool. Hornets, you got a fun little color scheme and everything, so we kind of get to see it. You're already telling me, hey, preseason's around the corner. They're promoting the young guys on here. That's what I'm talking about. Fresh regime and everything kind of coming in. They're talking about the two-way guys even. That's great. Like they're giving everybody a little bit of shine on here. Okay, we rise together. There's a lot going on this website. I like this website. This is good. Celebrating some of the new guys, trying to get the fans excited for a new season. We dig it. We dig it. All right, let's take a look at the roster. It's a younger roster, so we got plenty of breakout players to talk about. Probably not going to be Miles Bridges or LaMelo Ball. It's not going to be one of those guys. Not like a Grant Williams, Jeffries. No, I don't see Nick Smith Jr. I'm intentionally not really talking about rookies because, you know, they're rookies. There's not really like a breakout season in a rookie year. That just doesn't make sense to me. They can just have a good year, meaning they were good as soon as they got to the NBA. Colin Sexton feels like he's kind of is his role, or he knows what he does in the NBA at this point. Is just like a scorer and an intensity guy. It's not going to be like a Josh Green or anything. Who else do we got? We got Musa, who's probably going to get a lot of burn at the center position this year. I mean, statistically, he probably will just see an increase. I'll be surprised if Pat Connaughton's on the roster opening day because they just have to make some cuts somewhere. Let's see. Trey Mann, I mean, if healthy, we've already seen kind of what Trey Mann can do. Brandon Miller, yeah, like Brandon Miller was pretty damn good last year for being what? How many years has he been in the league now? Was it just his second season? He hasn't played a ton of games so far just because injuries have cut his seasons short up to this point. We love the quick release and everything on his jumper. He even got a lot better at finishing at the rim, which was a big struggle for him during his rookie season. An incredibly talented guy. I like his game a lot. I'll be curious to see if he ever becomes somewhat of an off the dribble guy, especially since, you know, he like kind of worships like Paul George and everything, right, and wants to become like just like him. It's like, okay, well, you're gonna have to develop quite the handle because Paul George is pretty damn good at that stuff. But we like some of the base level intangibles kind of coming into this third season now. Brandon Miller is an obvious one to kind of fit this role. It's not going to be a KJ Dinwiddie, yada yada yada. I don't see T-John kind of falling into that just yet. So I feel like Brandon Miller's kind of the obvious pick here, with Musa being a consideration just on pure playing time alone, because yeah, we get it, the Hornets center rotation is just whack at this point. And Trey Mann, one to watch as well. This is a guy that could score 20 points at any moment if he's going to be healthy. So that's what I'm going to take with this one. The Miami Heat. All right, Heat culture. What do you got for a website right here? I'm talking about these websites because it's the off season, you know. Heat in Puerto Rico watches the Miami Heat and Orlando Magic announce preseason game in Puerto Rico. Okay, cool, I guess. What is going on? This website sucks. Court culture. Like, what is this? There's like nothing going on here. Did you guys see all the fun animations that all the other ones had? This one's ass. Oh my goodness. Heat announced 2025-2026 preseason schedule. Is this a Photoshop jersey on Yakachonis too? And Fontecchio? I admire, and here's Norman Powell as well. Like, I admire the Photoshop. It's clean. It's just like, what's going on? Back to school Heat. No, don't remind me of school and everything. This website sucks. This website sucks. Let's go look at the team. The team page, kind of sick. I like the functionality of this. This is good UI building right here. Cool stuff. All right. Who's the breakout player here? Probably not anybody on this row. They're pretty established at this point. Shout out Golden for being on the team. I forgot that he's there. I'm excited to see Yakachonis. I guess Hero could take another step forward to make his first All-Star team this year. Do I see a Jaime Jaquez? His game is built so much on like fundamentals already. It's not like, hey, you have all the tools, you just haven't filled in some of the more like intangible stuff yet. So I'm not sure I see that. Jovic, I know a lot of Heat fans are kind of waiting for that. I'm not so sure. Larson, I'm not so sure. Davion Mitchell kind of could be that dude for you, I suppose. If Drew Smith is allowed to play, could be him. Let's see, kind of who else is there? I guess Ware took a lot bigger jump than I thought he was going to. I guess not even a jump. He just was a lot better when he actually started getting on the court than we thought he was going to be. The Heat kind of held him out for a while, and they were like, hey, we're doing Heat culture with him right now. We're teaching him a lot of things. Apparently, Udonis Haslem was working with him individually to start out the year. We saw in college when Ware kind of got into like his second situation, got adjusted to college, he took a leap. So maybe we could see that as well. But I could also just see De'Veon Mitchell kind of stepping up. He seemed to really, really like playing for the Heat. It feels like one of those like lead guard spots is going to be available for him if he wants it. The defensive intensity and some of the shot making and energy is something that they can give him here, or at least the opportunity to kind of thrive off of it. So I feel like it's going to be one of these two, if anyone. I'm so glad De'Veon Mitchell is finally getting a chance to shine a little bit. Sorry, Sacramento Kings fans. Some guys just get better when they leave certain franchises, and some guys just get better when they join certain franchises. And the Heat tend to be one of those teams where you go to and you get better, unless you're Terry Rozier, because I don't know what's going on with Terry Rozier at this point. But I'm going to say either Mitchell or Kel'el Ware here, with my money more so on De'Veon Mitchell. It feels like a nice impact for him. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ware's going to have a big role this season, but I'm going to go with one of them, and let's just hope they have a better year than the Heat's website's having so far. Staying in Florida, let's go to the Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Kind of mad that I did that. Now I gotta edit that shit in there later, but it is what it is. Okay, oh, wait a second. Let's take a look at this website. Right off the bat, you're showing another team on here, another Florida team. You can't be doing that, Orlando. They got Tyler Hero on here. I understand they're advertising a game and all of that stuff. They want, like, they're announcing the Puerto Rico game, but don't be showing other people's jerseys and stuff on here. I'm petty like that. They're talking about preseason. Again, they got the Miami Heat on here. They're only advertising other teams. This is bullshit. What's going on? Okay, there's Banchero and some white guy. Not sure who that is. And then we're talking about, who even is this? Jamal Cain. Oh, shout out Jamal Cain, man. My business partners coached him up quite a bit, so shout out to him. But anyway, yeah, that's what they got. It looks like they got some trivia and other things. At least the website looks a little more put together than the Heat one, but I don't know, man. Not one of the better ones we've seen. I'm going to say below average to them, below average. And just know that your team's website has a huge correlation on how well you're going to play in the NBA season. We have stats to back this up. Oh, now y'all want to sell to me. Now that I want to look at the team. Okay, I see you. Guess what? You drop another point. I don't know where these points are or how many you got, but you just lost another one. Anyway, Anthony Black could be one. I got fed a bunch of Anthony Black propaganda by someone I know in the basketball industry today, who was talking about like drives to the hoop, things like that, and how much Anthony Black really like thrived on that last season. They're like, if we could just get any spacing around this guy, like maybe something could happen. So I'm not sure I ever see Anthony Black being like a huge weapon offensively, but maybe. Caleb Houston isn't even on the team anymore, is he? I'm almost positive he's with Atlanta now. So what the hell y'all doing? What the hell are y'all doing? Tyus, Desmond Bane, Jalen Suggs. Maybe Jalen Suggs could have like kind of a breakout year, but it's gonna be tough because like for him to really like take a step up would mean like Paolo and Franz are out of the way in some capacity, and there's just only so much of a big time role you can have when you already have two other big time guys on the team. Plus Bane's on the team now, so maybe not as much that one. We could just go with Banchero, honestly. I think him and Franz still have a lot of room for growth, which is good. I'm not saying that they're ever going to be top 10 players in the NBA good, and they can, right? They could. I have to play this role of like likelihood and everything, right? I hope that they do. I think that that'd be awesome. It's just in my mind, maybe not the most likely thing, but they can get a lot better from where they are, right? Because they're not the most efficient basketball players right now. If Hal Franz hasn't had like just an efficient shooting season, it feels like, ever in the NBA. But Paolo and Franz, still young guys, already kind of all-star level good. We can see them take another step still, which is crazy to see. We'd love to see some more like ISO capabilities out of them, even though I'm not so sure that's the right way to develop these two guys. I just have a lot of questions about those two playing together in general. I just think it's complicated to try and make it work. I'm not saying we should give it up right now because it's hard to get players that are that good, but I think it's complicated. So I hope to see Banchero, just continue to become a better shot maker, just get smarter, become more of a playmaker for your team. I think there's a lot of good that can happen there. Let's see, who else do we have here? I'd love for it to be Jett Howard, but it just doesn't seem like he can get on the court, really, for whatever reason. Franz, yeah, probably the other obvious one. It's nice when your best two players are also younger guys, right? So shout out to them. It's going to be one of those two guys, and shout out Goga, because Goga's just so fun. I just like Goga. It'd be nice if Tristan da Silva could just be like consistent as an outside shooter this next year, because we're looking for any life of outside shooting this year. Because who do you really have? Is like maybe a shooter in Wendell, and that's a big maybe. Maybe in Jet Howard, right? I believe Mo Wagner was one of the few like league average shooters on their team, at least. Otherwise, who do we got? I mean, Bane. You got Bane now, so me. Tyus Jones has actually been a really good shooter throughout his entire career, so shout out Tyus Jones. Houston's not on the team anymore. Anthony Black, in very limited attempts, has actually been like solid. So hopefully there's enough shooting to kind of help some of these guys open up their games just a little bit more. So we're going to say either Paulo or Franz. Alrighty, moving on to the Washington Wizards. What do the Wizards have going on for a website? All right, you're trying to say, ooh, y'all got a 3-on-3 tournament. Okay. I can chat with y'all too. I'm not sure I want to chat with y'all, but what's going on here? What's going on here? All right, so right off the bat, cool animations and everything. You got like some mobile backgrounds and stuff. Oh, Verizon, what's going on? What is the bag policy? What stats can you tell me? Well, yeah, what stats can you tell me, Verizon? Please visit. Oh, he can't even tell me any stats. This shit's ass. Oh, come on. By the way, I don't want to call that AI because it's technically just a language model more so. Don't let your language models play with numbers. They're not actually very good at numbers. They're good with language. They can't actually do math. They're not calculators. So just something to note here. But anyway, all right, nice graphic. They're bringing Anthony Gill back. I know Wizards fans, from what I've heard at least, they're like, Anthony Gill, cool guy. I know a couple guys like on this team, they say Gill's a cool guy, so there you go. Happy to see him back. Oh, I clicked on the article. That's on me. Are we spending too much time on this? Yes, we are, but it's the off season. Some Summer League takeaways. We don't like that because there are no Summer League takeaways, really. And then building momentum. All right, see, I like this. You should have started out with this. Be like, hey, go get some tickets. We got some fun young guys right here that we're excited to show you. Koulibaly, this is probably what it looks like playing for the Wizards the past couple of years. This is just how you look at a certain point, but hey, fair enough, my man, fair enough. We hope the Wizards are on the come up. They had a great offseason. All right, a lot of potential breakout guys on this team. Could be Koulibaly. We like a lot of the things that Koulibaly does. Has great instincts for the game. It's just, look, dude's had an ass team around him, right? We can say that about kind of all these guys. They've just had ass around them this entire time. Hasn't been good. Makes it hard for you to do your thing. They got some vets on the team now. Hopefully some competency. I'm not so sure about the coaching staff, but I guess we'll figure that out. Cam Whitmore. Phenomenal offensive basketball player if you're just looking for someone to score points and not care about winning the basketball game, right? We all know what he can do. He's a great athlete. He can shoot. He can like play in transition. He's a black hole though. Like he just does not understand basketball at all and what's going on around him. He's just, give me the basketball. I can go make something happen, which is a cool guy to have. And if you start to form that into something more useful, obviously could be a really, really good basketball player. CJ McCollum, AJ Johnson, probably not in his second season. Both him and Bub Carrington just have a lot of there's a lot of room to grow. It's just I think there's quite a big gap still before we get there, but I'll be rooting for them. Shout out Justin Champagny. Who else? I'm not sure it's going to be Keyshawn George. Maybe Alex Sarr will just be more efficient this year, and I hope that they're not just sticking him in the corner quite as much as I saw last year. I would like for him to have a few more like pick and roll, rim run opportunities, things like that, so we can actually see some true center play out of him. I think that'd be good. And I know there's some people that are like convinced that he shouldn't play center, but Alex Sarr is one of the best like rim deterrents in the NBA, and just he plays so many different positions well defensively already. And by that I mean like he switches out from the center spot to other places and still rotates down and guards the rim. It's awesome. So just keep him at center. I promise you, that's a rare trait that you don't want to lose. Who else do we have in here? It's not going to be Branham. Oh, Corey Kisper, you beautiful soul. I hope it's you, but I'm not so sure. Dylan Jones, I'm not so sure. So let's say Alex Sarr. We knew that Alex Sarr wasn't going to be like a big offensive player coming in right away when we evaluated him, and that's totally fine. We got pretty much what we expected out of him during his rookie year, so hopefully we can start to build on that. Again, you got some more rookies on the team that can hopefully help elevate some of the play, and did I say veterans or did I say rookies there? I don't exactly know, but I hope that between like Chris Middleton, CJ McCollum, and just hopefully a more competent organization. I'm not holding my breath on it. You got to prove it to me first, but we can start to see some improvement from all the interesting young talent on the team. Alrighty. halfway through this one. Let's move on to the Northwest here, the Denver Nuggets. You should have a lot of interesting things on here. All right, we got the preseason schedule, not displayed in a great way. It's hidden behind things. You should have had it like horizontal like this, and it's a little blurry. So I'm kind of mad at you guys for that. Rookie diaries with Deron Holmes. Okay. Interesting. I'm curious. That's good offseason stuff right here. Free agency. A look at inside the Nuggets' exciting offseason. See? That's some good stuff. That's what I'm curious to hear about. Cam Johnson, Nuggets introductory press. Oh, but this is from like 21 days ago. They're posting like nothing. It's like every like 7-ish days. Oh, we got to do better. We got to do better. I know it's the dead point in the season, but you see AVC getting his videos up, finding shit to talk about, making his top 25 lists and stuff. Why don't we have like a top 25 Denver Nuggets players ever? Maybe it doesn't look so good after like 10 or something. I don't know. But yeah, this is an okay one. This is an okay one. We're going to put them at like average. I don't know. All right. Let's figure this one out because there's some interesting ones here. Christian Braun took a big leap this next year, but is there a cap on how much he can really jump? And again, he made a really nice jump, and he hit puberty this offseason. Like next year, shaved head, he's got a beard and everything, he's looking yoked. Shout out Christian Braun. So he very well could just win MVP for all I know. He looks just like Zach LaVine now. There's a lot of talent in him. He's a nice athlete, right? I can do a little bit with the basketball, but again, is there a cap on how much he can contribute really just because there's a lot of other good players on the team in that first five between obviously Jokic and Jamal Murray, but Cam Johnson is on the team now. You got Aaron Gordon there as well. You kind of are the fifth starter in this one, so maybe we find some ways to help you contribute more. I like Julian Strawther a lot. Like, I really do. I keep thinking that we're going to see a little bit more of a jump in his game, so I'd like to think maybe another year under the belt, we start to see a more consistent outside shooter and just start to show some life on defense. So I'm going to watch out for Strawther. I'm not going to say Hunter Tyson. Let's see. Peyton Watson could be another one. If he has any sort of offensive game to him, he becomes an incredibly valuable player because he is just so lively on defense and in transition. He's nice for them. Shout out to Hardaway Jr. for being on the team now. Bruce Brown, Deron Holmes. Let's see, who else? I know Nuggets fans would love for me to say Zeke Naji, but I'm not going to lie to you. Who else? Okay, that's kind of it that we're going to consider. So I'm going to say it's most likely either going to be Strawther or Peyton Watson. They're going to have the opportunity, maybe more so Peyton Watson, just because, again, his defense is that good that you're like, okay, we can't, like, not put this guy out there, and he is a really good athlete. He brings good size, so we can just get anything offensively out of you. Just like an average three-point shooter, like slightly above average three-point shooting would be awesome. Maybe like some more rim cuts, things like that. You're playing with Nikola Jokic. It's not that hard. You're athletic. All you have to do is get ahead of steam. You're going to get a great pass, and you can just dunk it home. I know I make it sound really simple, but man, 6'8" athlete, just do it. Just do it, and it'll work out great for you. So let's lean Peyton Watson with a little Julian Strawther in there. That's what I'm going to say for Denver. Minnesota Timberwolves. I live in Minneapolis. For those of you that don't know, I tend to go to some Timberwolves games, so let's see them sell this to me. I get the notification on my app sometimes. I am a Bulls fan, but I just, I want to go watch basketball, so I'm going to go watch the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves are fun. I like Target Center. It's a nice venue. Okay, so again, more preseason stuff. I get it. It is what it is. Before that, we were talking about Enrique Freeman joining the team, which, whatever. Terrence Shannon Jr. named to NBA 2K26 All-Summer League first team. Okay, we haven't posted much since then. I guess they haven't done a lot of off-season stuff, and then, yeah, they re-signed to Julius Randle, yada yada, and Naz Reid. Cool. Not doing a bunch of like, hey, like we're going to be great this year, yada, yada, yada. Let's put some highlights out. We saw certain other teams, I think it was like Toronto or something, had a really good website where they were like, hey, take our quizzes, like look at some of our highlights from this last year, right? Things like that. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for some good shit right here. Latest news otherwise, yeah, there's not a ton going on here. So this one's kind of just meh, maybe slightly below where I want them to be. So that's my evaluation and my professional opinion, right? Because I'm a great designer. All right, let's talk about it. Terrence Shannon is probably the option, right? Is he wearing number 1 next year? That's cool. That's a nice change or whatever. You guys know I said Terrence Shannon was one of the best players in the class this last year, and he fell due to really unfortunate circumstances that turned out to have no real validity behind them, and so the Timberwolves ended up with a really cool talent that they threw in the G League for a little bit where he was scoring like 40 a night, and then they still just didn't really find room for him to play. And I won't act like there wasn't other good players at his position and stuff like that, but I think a lot of us knew that he needed to be on the court, especially for a team that just struggled as much as they did at times on offense and getting easy buckets. I think we all just like watching Terrence Shannon Jr. play in transition. He just puts his head down and runs. There's nothing you can really do to stop him. It's incredible. So they've already said, like, yes, we know we're going to put Terrence Shannon Jr. on the court more. It's part of the reason they were cool just letting Nah walk, is they're like, okay, we're going to get Terrence Shannon on the court more. Great. Let's do it. I want to see that. Rob Dillingham, I think it's going to take a little bit more time before you can, like, truly trust him out there. I think there's a little bit more growth that he'll have to do as a player. Naz Reid could take another step up depending on if, like, someone went down or something. Let's see. Who else could they realistically throw out there? I bet you Jalen Clark might get a few more minutes this year. Defensively, he's pretty damn good and actually not horrible offensively, in very limited attempts and a very small role, so I guess we'll see. I'm not sure we're ever going to see Leonard Miller become what some people thought he would be, but, you know, is what it is. But, okay, do they got Bones on the team? Did they add Bones Highland? Interesting. Him and Rob Dillingham? That seems a little redundant. I've stopped paying attention to a lot of the smaller moves. But yeah, it's obviously Terrence Shannon, right? That feels like the obvious pick here. So shout out Minnesota. I can't wait to watch him play more this year. Oklahoma City, best team in the NBA. Let's see if you got the best website as well. Does this organization do everything well? Do they? Oh, yeah. Look at this. New arena, showing the trophy. Oh, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. That arena is sick, by the way. My wife's an architect, and she was talking to me about it. Cool shit. All right, so Shea with the trophy. That's easy shit right there. iHeart bringing the trophy around, too. Yup, going overseas. We're doing camps and everything. More camps with the trophy. Okay, we get it. They have the trophy, so it makes it a little bit easier. Thunder Girls reveal. Meet your Thunder Girls. Oh, I'm good, man. I don't need to clear the history right now. But okay, no, cool website, cool graphics and everything, showing off the stadium. That's good. That's what we're supposed to be. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Good website. That's what I'm talking about. Don't even need to show the stats. Like, we already won. All right, so who's going to be breakout on this team? It's the exact same team minus Dylan Jones, add Thomas Sorber. Is anyone really going to step up, or are they just going to be in the same roles and hopefully even more consistent than they already were? Potentially, I guess, like, Chet can continue to improve as well as Jalen Williams. Again, when your second and third best players are this good already and can continue to grow because they're that young. I mean, hell, Shea is going to keep getting better. He's just hitting his prime. He just hit his prime, right? So ideally, he's still learning and getting better at a lot of things. So it's going to be one of these three most likely. Who else could it be? I mean, I still want to see Isaiah Joe kind of on another team just because I feel like there is a lot of potential here in some of the other things he can do. Jang, we'll never see this like lottery pick ever play basketball apparently because he's on too good of a team. Who else could potentially come in? Aaron Wiggins, he's shown some things. I love Case and Wallace and what he does. Oh, AJ Mitchell, right? AJ Mitchell might just be good enough to work his way into the rotation. We were watching during his rookie year last year, and we were covering all the rookies, and we kind of just kept saying each week, like, hey, look at AJ Mitchell, too. This guy's, like, kind of pretty solid out there already. He's, like, already being a creator for this team as a second-round pick rookie, and he's really efficient at it. And then we saw him light it up in Summer League or whatever. It looked really easy for him. That's great. Again, no correlation to Summer League and NBA performance, but that's a guy to watch. He might just find his way out onto the court. But there's so many other guys, right? Like, we want to get Topic on the court and shit like that, right? But I don't know. So you got to watch out for Mitchell and then the big three here. That's what I'm going to say. Great website, great job, OKC. Portland Trailblazers, what do you guys got going on in Portland? Ooh, streamers. Be first, be loud, be there. Okay, got tickets on sale showing off some of the young guns here. That's what I'm talking about. That's good advertising. NBA Defense Week, blocks on blocks on blocks. Okay, out of curiosity, if I were to click this, where is this going to take me? Is this just going to show blocks and some of the Trailblazers' best rejections for the year? That's what we're talking about. Show some highlights. All right, we got the uniforms and everything. Never quite been a fan of the Portland Trailblazer uniforms, but is what it is. Drew Holiday arrives. He's talking about things cool. Show off your fun new players. More discussion about the season. It's a nice organized website. He's showing some highlights. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Get people excited for the year. Good website, Portland. Let's go take a look at the team now. You guys got a lot of young players, too, that we can talk about. Scoot Henderson, that could obviously be one. It looks like the point guard role is kind of cleared out for him now, so he can be lead guard number one. You got some guys to be your vet around you in Drew Holiday and Damian Lillard. let's hope that something good comes of that, right? We've all seen Scoot Henderson's talent. We've seen that the one place that he is like really productive is in the pick and roll. He's pretty good at running that, and that's kind of when he starts to get into his flow a little bit more. We saw some of the streaks where you see the talent really come together. Let's hope that somebody can actualize it. I'm still always going to be a little bit worried about the developmental staff with Portland, but hey, maybe set up a little bit better than he was before. Again, he just doesn't have to share the ball with quite as many people this season. So we'll see. Who else? Shout out Blake Wesley being on the team. Caleb Love's on the team. That's cool. Drew Holiday. What's nice is Drew Holiday doesn't like need the ball to do what he does. Denny. That's another one, right? Denny could potentially be like your MIP, probably your favorite to be leading scorer this year on this team. We've all seen the talent that this guy has, especially in transition. It's what I always say. He's a great example of when a guy has a certain talent that makes him special and you draft somebody, find a way to use that talent. Like the Washington Wizards drafted this guy as a point forward that's like, hey, like he's good in transition, he's a play initiator, all of these things, pretty good passer, he's solid with the ball at his size, and they just didn't let him have the ball at all until the end of his kind of time with the Wizards, and then he started to light it up a bit, and then they traded him. Portland Trailblazers started giving him the ball a little bit more last year. Good things started happening again, so let's keep the ball between him and Scoot, right? That's what we want this next year. Keep the ball between him and Scoot. Let's see. Who else could we have here? Shaden Sharp always is an interesting one. It was nice to see a little bit of consistency out of him this last year. I'm still just a little bit hesitant on him as a prospect in general. I've got other videos where I talk about some of that stuff or whatever, but I'm more curious about him than I was when I started last year. Donovan Clingan, already one of the best rim protectors in the NBA. I just hope he's in shape for his second year. I don't know what was going on, but dude could hardly move when he was not that bad of an athlete in college. So I'm not sure what's going on. Let's hope that he is better there. Tamani Kamara, if he develops any more of an offensive game, dude's a really dangerous NBA player. That's easier said than done, so I'm going to assume it's going to be either Denny or Scoot this year. That's going to be my guess, with maybe more of a lean towards Denny, just because we've seen a more put-together game out of him so far. So, that's it for Portland. Final one for this video. Let's do the Utah Jazz. Alrighty, yep, new jerseys coming soon. Can we all just agree by the... Oh, y'all want me on the text list again. Trying to sell to me. Again, what? By submitting this form, you agree to receive reoccurring automated marketing text messages, AI content, cart reminders from the Utah Jazz. Yeah, I'm going to pass on that one, my boy. Can we just agree that the Jazz got to change their name, man? I'm so sick of this. There's no Jazz in Utah. There isn't. It's non-existent. Give it back to New Orleans. Let them change their name back to the Jazz. You guys can be something else. You guys can be the little Mountaineers. You already got it on the logo. Just put, like, Mountaineers here. That's all you got to do. It's really simple. Nobody understands why you kept the name. Anyway, okay, a media debut celebrating Frank, a tribute to former Utah Jazz coach. Okay, that's cool. A little tribute here. After thriving in Vegas, Kyle Filipowski named Summer League MVP. Cool, show him off a little bit. Coach's clinic, tickets on sale. Okay, oh, they got Georges Niang. Like, you should have been putting stuff like that up there. Like, hey, we're making moves, we're making trades. Things like that. So solid. The New Jersey stuff is fun, but until I actually see all that stuff, I don't really care that much. So don't tease me with that stuff until you're actually ready to show me. Alrighty, who's it going to be? This is a young group. Keontae George, pretty fun offensively already as a player. Horrendous defensive player. If he can get any sort of defense going, we got an interesting prospect now. But right now, it's rough. We'll see if Taylor Hendricks can be like healthy and get on the court at all this season. Cody Williams, does he count as a... No, he doesn't count as a breakout player. He can be an improved player if it's just anything but last year, right? If it's anything but last year. I don't really feel that confident about Collier, Cody Williams making like big jumps this next year. Let's see. I'm excited to see both Clayton and Tanji on this team. I like both of those guys a lot. And Ace Bailey, obviously. Filipowski, like, I just don't think players like this necessarily succeed in the NBA, man. There's just not a lot of these non-rebounding stretch bigs out there for a reason. I don't think so. I don't think so. Shout out Larry Markkinen, killing it overseas right now. Walker Kessler, I think he kind of just is what he is at this point. That's not a bad thing. He's a good player, but I think he kind of is what it is. Senzabaugh, also big defensive liability. So is it Keontae George? Keontae George just has to play like solid defense in the NBA, or at least like not horrendous, and all of a sudden he's a much more valuable player and we want to keep him on the court like at all times then, because offensively he is pretty solid already, both in like playmaking and like shot making. So yeah, that feels like a good one. That feels like a safe pick. All right, so that's it. That's part 2 of this series of my breakout players. Next week, we'll do the Pacific and the Southwest to kind of finish things off, because it's the off season and there's not a ton to talk about. So yes, we are going to keep talking about websites in this. I got a couple of comments in the last video just being like, the website part was my favorite part of this video, and I'm like, I can't blame you for that. I had fun with it too. But anyway, I appreciate you guys as always. Let's move on to the comment of the video. Alrighty, comment of the video is coming from the last breakout players video here. Go watch it if you haven't already. And it comes from Madog here, and I don't know if I highlighted this one in another video or not, but he said, no disrespect to your basketball analysis and your choices for breakout players, but my favorite part of this vid is you tearing down the team website. So again, I just wanted to highlight that. I had fun with it too, so I'm glad some of you guys did. But anyway, a couple other things. If you want a place to talk basketball all the time, go join the Discord. The link is in the description down below. It's a lot of fun. Also, a reminder that September 1st, that's when regular content is going to be back. I know you're getting regular content again right now. That's just because I have some video ideas that I'm trying to execute on right now. But the season preview series is coming back. Every single team is going to get a unique video where we're going into in-depth conversations about kind of a bunch of different things for the team going into this season. Should be a good time. So 30 different teams all throughout September. It should be fun. But anyway, I appreciate you guys as always. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, do all those things. Boost my algorithm, damn it. I'm coming for you, Nana. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Bye.